Oh, for the love of everything, can we please get rid of that? I don't need that. I need this. There we go. It works. Finally. Oh my gosh. Okay, hello everyone, I'm Cymatics. We're here with some more Inscrption Kaycee's mod. So I know that I've already beaten, technically, all of the challenges in the game. I've unlocked every single log and stuff like that, but there, at this point, is one more challenge that I could potentially do. And that's, maxing the rank out, or maxing the difficulty out. Of course, I'm not going to be doing that immediately. Instead, what I'm going to do immediately is I'm going to just see how far I can go this episode. Unfortunately, this episode will be a little bit shorter because of reasons, but hey, it's something, right? We're going to start out at... Do we start out at 130? I feel like we start out at 130. Nah. Hold on. What's the maximum difficulty here? We're going to go with 200. We're going to go 200, and we're going to save Grizzlies for last. That sounds like a plan. This couldn't go wrong at all, right? Alright, one moment. Game hasn't been loaded in a while, so it's gonna take a little bit. Yeah, again, I apologize for the late stream. Don't want to get into it too much. We just had some technical difficulties to pan out before starting this time. And, yeah. Let's hope that we don't get squashed immediately. We don't even know what deck we're using. Apparently we're using this one. I'd like to get rid of that mole. Like, immediately. That would be great. What cards are we starting with? Alpha wouldn't be bad. This wouldn't be bad either. Hold on. The annoying sigil is definitely gonna be there, though. We'll have to take the alpha, mostly because I know that the alpha will help offset the annoying sigil. And we will take, I guess, the cards. There's already two one-cost cards in my deck, so I can't really use the playable hand gimmick this go. We'll go... Oh, gosh. I guess we'll go to the right to buff up a character. But, like, I don't really need to. The creature opposing a card bearing this sigil gains 1 power. Right, okay. Gains 1 power? That's not great. It doesn't... Alright, so this is fine on the black goat because the black goat is going to be sacrificed anyway. And then the mole is mostly going to be used as a body blocker in the first place. It should be fine. So we will up the power of our hand card. Because it's I feel like it'll be one of our better attacking cards. Like, it's cheap, it's easy to get out on the board, and it just continuously gets more power as, oh gosh, as the game goes on. Gosh. Also, apologies. I've been a little sick this past week, so still getting over that. Like, it's really weird, because it wasn't, like, that bad, but, like, it's been really annoying. It's been one of those sorts of being sick, you know? Or being sick. That makes a lot more sense than what I said earlier. Black Goat and Moose. It doesn't matter that this Raven is getting increased stats. That Raven's gonna die anyway. And now we just win off of this. Not quite. Now we win off of this. There we go. We get 5 smackaroons right there. Don't mind if I do. That's a pretty decent start to the situation. Is there any card that I want to sigil away? I guess I could give Burrower to the Moose Buck. You know what? Why was I not able to? Oh, I'm not allowed to go. Oh, frickin'. There's no path that way. There's no path that way. Elk? Join the club, Elk. How are you doing? More attack power. Love that. We're going to... No, I don't want to. No, absolutely not. We're going to up the power of the mole and eat the mole. Here we go. We're good. We got rid of one of our annoying cards, and it's the one annoying card that I feel would really be a problem for us. Right? Because that mole, I would only use it to defend myself in a problematic situation. And if my tanky card is making enemies stronger, that's a problem. Hold on. There's a fly. There's a fly stabbing my sentry. But, yeah, we're good. We are so out of here. We're peachy. Even. So peachy. This isn't going as horribly as I thought it would. I thought that I'd be immediately demolished upon entering this area. There's not really a sigil that I would prefer. Oh, hold on. This alpha sigil would be quite nice on something that isn't the alpha. Because at this current moment, I haven't been able to summon this darn dude, and I'm mostly going into elk anyway. So, if I were to toss this on... but I wouldn't want to toss it on the elk. But it does get rid of a card. But I could try to get rid of a card the other way. Yeah, we'll go this way. There's another card sacrifice over on the left in the first place. It's not that big of a deal. A lot of these freaking elk move. And I don't like that. It doesn't synergize really well with the alpha ability. Well, I guess it kind of does. Okay. We will take an upgrade on the elk, and we'll just take the elk back. That's fine. As long as we get some more beefy characters, that should allow us to continue going forward. Now, we should be starting with Bone here, because, we should have started with Bone. I guess we don't start with a Bone, guys. Hey, look, it's a billy goat. And we got a elk on the field immediately. Great job. Oh, yeah, we do start with a Bone. You weren't going to spawn any more creatures there? That's bizarre. All right. Let's see. What do we got? A moose buck. That's actually kind of nice. Scratch that. That's very good. That's very good indeed, because we can go ahead and toss this over here. We'll be doing 5 damage to the opponents, and they won't be able to do a lick of damage to us in return. Never mind. Never mind. I mean, it doesn't matter too much, or at least it shouldn't matter too much. We're doing only 4 damage. Well, We're only doing 3 damage. Yeah, we're only doing 3 damage. We're okay. What this means we can do is we can go ahead and give ourselves a aqua squirrel. We can take a tooth. And we can go ahead and end this combat right here. And get rid of that frickin' item before I forget that it is a thing in my inventory that I should probably get rid of. Okay, so I could go over to the left and get rid of 2 cards, which, quite honestly, might not be a bad idea. Or I can go over this direction. Yeah, well, we're gonna go this way and check out what card we get in the first place. Mealworm... Mealworm? Mealworm? So, huh. What clan is the grizzly in? I'd be willing to bet that it's in the same one as Alpha and not the Moosebuck. But is it a part of the Moosebuck family? Probably not. Mealworm is likely the card that I'm gonna be gravitating towards. We'll take a Moosebuck. I have a very specific reason for why I want to take this Moosebuck. Yes, I'm taking the Moosebuck and I'm going to the right to get a totem. Perfect. Elk. That's all we need. That's all we need. No matter what the sigil... Well, I guess the sigil could possibly hinder us, but the sigil is the thing that matters least, in all honesty. The real thing is that I need to make sure that whatever sigil I do have is even able to affect the cards in my deck. We're going to toss this Moosebuck. Well, yeah, we're going to toss this Moosebuck, hopefully to the wild. And if we don't toss this Moosebuck to the wild, we end up with a very, like, strong attacking unit. And it's really beefy. So that's good. My idea is that I took another one in the hopes of getting rid of the original one, so I wouldn't have to deal with any of the problematic shenanigans later. How do we get this to work? Okay. How do we get this to work? We need to summon a couple of... Oh, right. That's really bad for me. Okay. Oops, I've done goofed. I've done gaffed, actually. That's not good. That's not good at all, actually. We'll take the squirrel, and we will summon this thing in front of that strange frog. Just to kill it. Good. And we got a Moosebuck. That is amazing. So in that case, we'll summon this over here. We'll summon them. That's a terrible idea. Oh, freaking gosh, darn it. We'll summon the alpha over here. Summon the alpha over here. Emergency mode. I have to do that. I have to do that in order to save my Moosebuck next turn. Then we get another Moosebuck, but unfortunately we don't have the sacrifice necessary to even grab it. Well, at the very least, I don't have to worry too much about the situation going forward, because we could just toss pelts in front of it. We'll toss an elk over here. Unfortunately, this elk is also going to... No. This elk will not face the same fate as my previous character. We're good. As long as this is our game state, we are fine. We win. And then we can grab as many squirrels as we need. Oh my goodness, this could have been terrible. This is why I do not like my cards moving around, because it makes it really hard for me to strategize about what I need to do. Especially when the moving cards are allowed to move other cards on my field. It just completely screws over my strategy entirely. But now, I think we have a guaranteed win. This went from possibly not even winnable to a guaranteed win. And that would help out quite immensely. Yeah, let's go ahead and toss down this card right over here. That is 7 attack power going straight to your noggin. Don't mind that, Trevor. Thank you for having a second gimmick that allows me to just completely walk over you once I get past that first phase. Red Heart is not it. At the end of the... No, hold on. The value represented with the sigil will be equal to the number of sacrifices made during your turn. Okay, so the problem that I'm having here is that I am most of the time going to be summoning this thing with a goat. Which means I won't be able to really utilize it. Right, I'm not getting rare cards from those anymore. I'm just getting regular cards. Ah. But I have to take one of the regular cards. Yikes. This is workable. This is very possibly workable. We take this one. Most of my cards are of the same type. Yeah, we've already won. There we are. Trial is passed. Thank you. What the heck? Why does this elk want to summon freaking bugs? Why does this adder want to summon bugs? That don't make sense. Alright, I guess I'll take the elk fawn. It's not my favorite. I don't have any items. I'll go over here. There are plenty of ways for me to... Ooh, that's actually... I quite like that. And I quite like that. So I have a free 3 elixir summon that I can go ahead and take. That would be amazing. What was I saying before? I don't care. Huh. Okay. We'll toss you down, you down. Elk goes over here. Yes. This is good. This is good. Good is this. Maybe. We're splitting... We're going even, at the very least. And we only have 2 bones. So we're going to smack you once more. I'm going to take... Oh, big damage this turn. Ow. Okay. Just take another one. Red Heart. You know, Red Heart wouldn't be that bad in this exact situation. I would have to use my, You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Red Heart, we're going to toss you over here. That should be 2 power. Great. And we'll toss an alpha over next to our elk. Unfortunately, this does leave us rather open next turn. I guess I can go ahead and toss in the elk fawn. How do we get this to work? At the moment, I'm doing 4 damage. I would only do 5 damage if I toss this elk fawn on the board. You would be doing 5 damage. So I'm doing just a little under what you're doing. So in that case, I will take the elk fawn, grab a worker ant for some reason. Don't know why I'm taking a worker ant from this, but I guess it is a thing that will be happening. And I'll take 2 damage. Forgot that that mole ability was also going to be transplanted. But that's not terrible. I'll be dealing 4 damage. Basically, I'm trying to figure out, do I need to use this black goat item, or can I just stick, or, like, can I just hold on to it? And I don't think that that's going to be an option. But I'll try it anyway. Because these guys won't have infinite attacking power. They'll have to stop eventually. Never mind. I'm just... Oh, screw it. I'm just summoning a frickin' moose buck. End the fight, please. I don't want to have to stick in this fight any longer. I have the thing. I may as well use the thing. It just means I have to look for items later. It's not even that big of a deal. Oh, dear gosh. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't want to add cards to my deck, but it's looking like I'm going to have to add cards to my deck. We'll go to the right, then. River Otter? Really don't like that. I'll take it, though. We need a totem. Like, real bad. We need a totem real bad. What do I want to sacrifice? I guess I could sacrifice my black goat over the river otter. Otter? My gosh. The thing that I'm really looking at is I've removed the alpha from my deck. Yeah, let's go ahead and remove the alpha from my deck. And we'll toss that on... Screw it, I'll toss it on the moose buck. Alpha moose buck. This is the leader of my team, and I will rally behind it as hard as I can. Okay. Jizz. Anyway. Ooh. Yikes. What do I do here? Nothing. I do not a darn thing. This is gonna look like a stupid idea. But I swear there is, in fact, logic to this stupid idea, because it kind of is stupid. We're going to do this. I've made a mistake. Yeah, you know how I thought this was a very bad idea? It really was. My original idea was I was going to do a bunch of sacrifices and get this red heart onto the field. The problem with that is I don't have a way of getting a second sacrifice on the board, and I don't have a frickin' thing in hand that allows me to summon this. So we've done goofed. The goof has happened, and I just have to accept that. We leave it at that. The adders come in, and this adder is going to come in and attack me. It was a good attempt. For my first try on this, Oh my gosh, I've never seen your hands from that angle. Wow, what the heck? Yeah, I did have a couple of misplays. That it sort of feels bad. It doesn't really feel that bad, but it sort of feels bad. Honestly, I think that this moose deck might be my way. Or something similar, at the very least. Birds might also be decent here. Excuse me. Bat would be good, I think. And then we'll also take the magpie just to guarantee that I can get certain cards in the future. Hold on. I have 2 one-cost cards, which can be a little bit problematic. Can I just get rid of this? Yes. Yes, I can. We're going forward. We're going forward. We are going to sacrifice the mole, and we're going to put it on the moose buck. Yes. This is the way. It does get annoying. However, this was already a card that was going to be annoying in the first place. Now, instead of it moving out of the way and possibly into other or into me taking a lot of damage when I don't need to, it will move to any card that is even daring to attack me. Which is so fine with me. We'll go with this and deal a instant 3 points of damage. Sparrow... Oh, right, flying. Duh. Why, I think that I was gonna block that. Moosebuck is going to go ahead and take both of those out. Fantastic. Deal 3 damage once again, and at this point, we've already won this combat. Yeah. I think that the moose, or the meese, you guys know what I'm talking about. I think that this setup is the way to go. Because not that many cards in here really concern me with being annoying. Right? Like, it's not that big of a deal if these cards are annoying. I already knew I had lethal on board. Leshy, it's fine. It's not like you're gonna, like, be bored for that much longer. We only have 4 cards in deck. Honestly, I think that that's a good thing for this early sequence. Where do I go, though? Do I go left? I might want to go left. No, why would I want to... Yes, I do want to go left. I do want to go left, because over to the left, I can go to the right. What sorts of cards do I want? 2 cost. Direwolf Pup. I mean, it's not awful, but I would prefer it not. I'm gonna take a totem. I'm taking a totem. Elk? No. That's unfortunate. While a card bearing this sigil is on the board, opposing creatures also provide bones when perishing. That could be build defining. Maybe. Because normally I'm not going to be able to get that many bones because I'm just going to sacrifice a freaking goat. And the goat's going to go to the graveyard and give me 1 bone. And technically 2. Because I have to sacrifice in order to get the goat on the board in the first place. However, we will toss this over here. Oh, I win. Or at least I should, right? Yeah, because you're doing 0 damage. Yeah, you're doing... Well, now I don't win. Okay, well I don't win immediately anymore. Because that direwolf is now going to start attacking. Oh! Never mind. Still win. Still good. Amazing at this game. Doesn't matter. Because I made a pretty decent play early on in removing my mole and putting it on the buck. Great. But, like, great in good sense and not in, like, bad sense. Because great can also be bad. I am getting a rodent. Well, that's not what I wanted, but it's not the worst thing in the world because it is of my current kin. Which is good. What sorts of cards am I? Yeah, I'm good. This will be a good start. Now, the next thing that I have to do is buff up this moose buck to be even more durable. If I can get this thing to be even more durable, that would, I think, allow me to just toss this thing on field. Do I die? No, I do not die. That is good. It would allow me to toss this thing on board and just be safe unless my opponents are flying, which it would appear a lot of them would like to do right about now, which I find kind of annoying. It's not that big of a problem, though. We should win off of this, right? Yeah, we win. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Stop that! Stop that! Oh, there, thought you weren't gonna stream today. I thought it was pretty close to not streaming today. We had some technical difficulties, but I thought it was gonna be at least a decent idea to stream a little bit, to just say that I'm alive, right? But honestly, this one is not gonna be that long. Like, I might be able to play for, I don't know, like 1 more hour, because I still have things to do on the back end for YouTube shenanigans. But, like, again, I thought it would be a good idea to, at the very least, show up here. So, yeah. And thanks for stopping in, too. So, that's very nice. Huh. Do I want to sacrifice any of my cards right now? Honestly, yes. I do. I do want to sacrifice one of my cards. Do I want any pelts? I mean, not particularly, right? No, I do not. I just want this pelt. I just want this pelt. This is all I want. And then we're going to go over here. We're going to sacrifice a magpie. Magpie is very expensive. We're going to toss that instead on this black goat. Black goat will, as long as I only have one cost card in my deck, black goat will always show up in my starting hand, meaning I will... Oh, well, that's bad. Okay. Hold on, what cards do I have? Oh, sorry, I'll always have the capacity of searching out whatever I want. Since we have nothing else to talk about, I've finally been able to DM for my D&D campaign after 2 of my 3 players were super busy. Oh, fantastic! I'm super happy about that. How did it go, if I may ask? Not wonderful. Currently, this situation is not the greatest. Only 1 card in my deck is even affected by this card. Or by this sigil. But it's the only thing that I've got at the moment. Do I have a win condition for this chapter? The closest I've got is the... Oof. We might be in danger. We're gonna get the moose buck in immediately. Yeah, we've got to get the moose buck in immediately. The sessions were good. Playing that one session has kicked my brain back into hyper-focused DM mode. Fair enough. Sometimes it does take a little bit of additional time to get back into the swing of things. Like, that makes sense. But I'm glad that you're getting a pretty good start in on this on this campaign. Like, you know. Oh. Okay. Pack Rat is going to be my savior. Pack Rat, you are going... Really, I don't even need to attack that guy. We'll go over here. Oh, we win. At least we should. Because we can yoink out a tooth and take or deal exactly 4 points of damage. Right? Yeah, we're good. I was concerned about not having a win condition for this one, but I'm good. We're fine. Yeah, me in my current session, or like campaigns, I haven't been able to run because of shenanigans with scheduling. So, oh well. My player showed interest in a lore-relevant character, or criminal case in the world's backstory. I'm planning a side quest where they learn how the trial turned out 10 years prior. That's a really cool idea. I like that. Why did I take that? Oh my gosh, why did I take that? Am I stupid? Am I dumb? Am I dumb? I might be. We gotta get rid of that Kuko. Or we've got to buff it into oblivion. Otherwise, I made a massive mistake that I might not be able to recover from. Hair pelts. What even is a good thing right about now? Corpse maggots would be decent to sacrifice. Maybe. Yes! Yeah. Corpse maggots for a sacrificial lamb. Not terrible. We need to get rid of this, Kuko immediately. Oh, but, no, I cannot take... No! Eat the bird! Eat the bird! Wait, over to the right. Over to the right. There's just a, area where I can go ahead and remove cards anyway. We're fine. This is bad. Black Goat. Here. I'm glad my players are interested in the lore of my campaign and my world. Yeah, absolutely. It's very nice when that happens. Because it means that all the work that you've put into the story really is appreciated, you know? I've been saying, you know. No, we don't win. Not quite. Not quite. But we're close. We're really close. Unfortunately, my moose buck is going to go down. But I think that we can handle this. We can go over with the Pack Rat. Pack Rat is going to actually allow me to kill 2 creatures, isn't it? That's very good. This mole is going to jump in front of this attack, allowing me to kill this elk fawn in the back rank. Which is amazing. It gives me a little bit more time to get my bearings. Corpse maggots isn't terrible, but, like, it's not something that I really want to see right about now. We'll take another pot shot at you. Is there anything in my deck that would really be helpful? Not particularly. Okay. So we'll take the elk. We're gonna take a tooth. And we're going to lift this. We're still cooked. I'm not gonna do enough damage. No, what am I talking about? Of course I'm gonna do enough damage. We're fine. We're fine. This is gonna toss corpse maggots onto the board. And then we will draw off the top. Which is still not great. No, we've lost. Okay. That's fine. This current arc we're doing is heavily religion and folklore focused, which gives a, which gives me a, excuse to get them into lore. Good, not, can't tape to save my life. That's fine. I understand that, or, I understood the basic message. I can't talk to save my life, like, and unfortunately, a lot of where things happen for the channel and stuff like that is talking. Oh, goodness gracious. What sorts of cards can I get? The sorts that I don't really want. We'll take the Direwolf. It's the most expensive card that we're going to be able to summon. Yeah, and then we should also take... Do we take the Mud Turtle? No, what do I want to put onto my Direwolf? None of these things. That's for darn sure. Or I could toss the Direwolf abilities onto a Grizzly Bear. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Anyone want to see a dire Grizzly Bear? Good thing that there's a, Oh, right, but I want to get rid of the Mole immediately, so we'll toss Mole on the Buck first, so I don't get cheesed out early on. Then we can go to the right and get the Dire Grizzly. Because that'll just end a lot of encounters before they become ugly in the first place. Yeah, we'll toss in the Direwolf first. I got to play a fun NPC that is super passionate historian who's also creepy, weirdo, but isn't a dangerous guy. You know, those characters are always very fun for me. I don't know why. I find them a lot easier to play. That might speak volumes to my character. But besides the point. What do we do here? We'll take a... it's not great. It's fine, though. It's not great, but we'll deal. But I love those sorts of characters, because they're almost, like, a little crazy. Right? But they're not harmful. They're just, like... They just want to do the thing that they want to do, right? So, they're actually really helpful to have on the party, or just as a friend, but also... Are they gonna be a problem later? No idea. We should just, wait, we're gonna go into the angler fight. We should be fine. I think that we win. The angler fight, just with this setup. I think. Because we'll always, draw into that black goat, and we should always be able to, at the very least, get something strong on the board, like a grizzly bear. That's instant 8 damage. I only need 6 damage in order to move forward. I could also try and remove that moose buck. I do want to remove that moose buck, but I don't know exactly how I'm supposed to do that. We'll go to the left. Cockroach? Card bearing this sigil perishes. A copy of it is created in your hand. You know what? I like that. I have plans for that. Increase power? Lovely. Where do I sign? He isn't the type of guy who has definitely been, or he's the type of guy who has definitely been arrested of things, sacrilegious acts, for research, that you probably don't want to know about. Well, yeah, they're not a good person, they're just also not dangerous, but they could do things that will put you into dangerous positions, but they're also just kind of wacky and kind of funny to be around. We will win immediately. Here we go. Instant 10 damage. Perfect. Oh, so we should, if we find a pelts seller or trapper, I think it's a trapper, then we should be able to buy in on a golden pelt at that point, which is great. I need to go to the right. Yes, I'll go to the right. I'll take a, yeah, that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. Like, it's not something that I'm gonna want to keep, but it's something that I can have, especially since I'm going to do something very possibly funny. Black Goat is going to be immortal. Anytime I sacrifice this Black Goat, it's going to go immediately right back to my hand, which should mean that I can summon powerful creatures all the time. Now, what else do I get rid of? I get rid of the beaver. Because, screw you, I guess. Like, little does the party know, he actually has the soul of a devil inside him, which he is trying to exorcise out of his body. Is that what he is doing? Oh, goodness. So he's... Oh my gosh. That is definitely a way to go about things. Whoa, what on earth? I kind of love that idea. I actually really like that idea. This is kind of incredible. Shoot. Oh no, what am I... Again, why am I even worried? I'm always going to be able to summon powerful creatures, and what's the point? So what's the point of being concerned about things going poorly when things are just going to go well anyway? You're going to try to snatch up that, but let me tell you, you're not going to be able to, because I'm going to just kill you this turn. And you're going to be forced into your second phase. And I'm pretty sure that you stop stealing my stuff on your second phase. Then we can go ahead and just summon into whatever this card is. The Lamberge. Apparently I had 6 bones. Don't mind that. Go fish! Your shark gets eaten. Sorry, it was River Hunt. And why not? I guess I'll toss over a Black Goat. Sounds like a plan. Oh, bones. So many bones. So much money over there. But if he's trying to get rid of a demon from his... Or, sorry, a devil. Not demon. Devil. Very different in the D&D ethos. Then... a lot of those very problematic things could be justifiable, but it could also be it could also be the fact that they're now so used to doing these things, and they're so corrupted, that even if they remove the devil from their body, they are still going to be in trouble. So that could be interesting. I really like that. Gosh. Again, I've been sick for the past week. So, it's just been... I've been having a time, dude. We will go with the Trial of Blood, because I think that it's a guaranteed win. I'm pretty sure it's a guaranteed win. There's not enough cards in my deck for it to go wrong. Oh, actually, I'll gladly take this Grade White. This is gonna be the most, like, top-heavy deck I have ever run. Ever. Flying Great White Shark. They can also scout out for the next card. Sounds like a plan. I love that. I love that. So, if I draw into the shark, I don't immediately win, because I only do 5 damage. However, that doesn't really matter, because I can scout out for quite literally anything. I could use that shark to scout out for the grizzly bear, so I can go ahead and sacrifice that to put the black goat back on the board, so I can sacrifice the black goat again to put the super grizzly on the board. Genius. Genius. If my bear ever dies, I am boned. Completely, utterly boned. There's not much I'm going to be able to do about that. Like, and most of my strategy just falls apart when that bear dies. And it's a win because I know it's going to happen. It's just, I don't want it to happen. We'll go forward because this will give me, at the very least, a sort of powerful card. We do this easily. Yeah, that's 9 blood right there. Another moose buck? Oh, and the moose buck is completely immortal. This, whoa, what the heck? When a card bearing this sigil dies, 4 bones are awarded instead of 1. That's really good. We'll take the moose buck. Since the guy was a sheltered religious hermit who has always faced rejection from normal people, he doesn't trust the party to not ditch him if he revealed his situation to them. Fair assessment, because I'll be honest, that could be a very reasonable response. The other response, of course, is, well, we just don't tell anyone about what you've done. So, depending on how chaotic the party is feeling that day, right? That's really good. That reminds me of one of my favorite characters in The Darkest Dungeon, the Leper. The Leper's past is that he was a king, but his upper command people did not like the fact that he was king. Or, sorry, they didn't mind the fact that he was king, but they wanted power from them for themselves. The king got leprosy, and, well, knowing that he was dying, they attempted to kill him, before, you know, the death had happened, so then they could become king instead of him just having died, right? This didn't go well for the advisors. The advisors that attempted to kill the leper died. Horribly. Which is just a testament to how powerful this king was at the time. Oh dear. I don't instantly win. Which is a problem. Of great magnitude, actually. You're gonna deal 3 damage. We're just gonna remove a tooth. Yeah. He's tricking them with the hope the ritual will save the party, but it's for justifiable reasons. The ritual will go wrong, and the party will fight the devil while it possesses his body. Dude, that's metal. That is metal. I love that. I need to draw off the top. Does this save my position? I mean, not particularly. Like, it doesn't really save my position, but it doesn't hurt it. We'll go ahead and toss the moose buck over here. You know how I said it doesn't hurt it? I lied. I have a strategy. I have a strategy. It's working-ish. It's working-ish. The problem is that I need it to work more. What's this? I need to get rid of a card. I need to get rid of a card. I'm so fine with that. I'm so okay with that. Rat King. Don't mind that. But yeah, that's the orc in the boss fight I'm planning for the character. He'll become a permanent ally after that. I love that. I love that idea. It is incredible. Because that basically means that your boss fight, or not even boss fight, it's your boss fight, is hiding amongst the party this entire time, but not as the person that they might expect. It's as the person possessing the person that they might expect. And I don't even think that they're gonna expect that this person is even like a problem in the first place. So, really good job with that. Truly good stuff right there. What do I take here? I take the Rat King. I take the Rat King. I take the Rat King. The reason why I take the Rat King is because I want to try... I think that these bones will give me more variety in stuff that I can do. We go over to the left. With the... No, gosh, no, I don't do that. We do this. And toss this on the moose buck. My opinions on the moose buck now have completely gone out the window. I want to get rid of this thing immediately. Because that thing's going to just kill me. It's going to kill me. And I know it will. We will toss Gold over here. And then we will toss moose buck. I know it will kill me soon, but it will not kill me quite yet. In fact, it might save me. Oh, yeah, we're good. Why didn't... Oh, you're freaking flying! Everything's flying now! My gosh! Stop! Why does everything start flying now? This is so inopportune. That's so inopportune for me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. All I have to do is draw the only kind of card that I can anyway right now. And we start winning immediately. This is good. Plus, the idea of the party winning the fight by performing an exorcism on the devil is a cool idea. Frick yeah. That's a grade A horror plot shenanigans. I love that. Like, that's some Exorcist kind of shenanigans. But in D&D. And probably with a very different vibe. But we'll ignore that second part for reasons. Okay. I know what I do. I know what I must do. I must take a very powerful card. Super powerful card. We'll take whatever this is. Dire Wolf Pup. We're going to stockpile our deck filled with 3 elixir cards. This cat's going to be sacrificed to this... Oh, do I? No, it doesn't really matter which way it goes. the basic idea is that this is now a card that can be sacrificed for 3 blood every single time it is sacrificed, and it will never go down when it is sacrificed. So it is permanently a sacrificable creature, which basically means, as long as I'm not dumb, which I am just a little bit, I should be able to just win. Like, I'm a little special with how I play the game, but oh well, it's not the worst in the world. Maybe the fight involves the party gathering the components for the ritual while trying not to be defeated by the possessed guy. That's, well, yeah, because you don't want to kill... Well, alright, I don't know exactly what the situation in their party is, but from what I'm gathering, they don't want to kill this guy. Like, they may want to incapacitate him, but incapacitating him might not even be an option because he's being possessed, right? What do I toss this on? We'll toss this on the direwolf. No, I don't really even like tossing it on the direwolf pup. We'll toss it on a golden pelt. Why not? I should be able to just toss the golden pelt onto the field anyway. Yeah, I'll just toss the golden pelt onto the field anyway. It's fine. But introducing a second win condition over, we're just gonna kill this this devil dude, because it might not even be possible to, because like immortality and shenanigans like that. Also, saying, okay, we need to actually do this ritual in order to get rid of this guy. That otherwise problems might come up. Oh, silly Billy, I'm probably bunned. Plus, it would be cool to shake up the usual boss fights. Fair. I agree with that. 1000%. Oh, I'm gonna need some more powerful cards. Those frickin' blood, or the card gaining areas where I can filter by blood cost are going to be huge. Like this one. 3. That's bones. Yes. Grizzly. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I love that. How many items do I have? I still have 2. Don't mind if I do. Elk. Don't mind if I do with that too. And can we get a power increase? It's a health increase. Like, that's not awful. We'll increase the health of our goat, because our goat is going to be the goat very soon. And it's just to make sure that he doesn't just die to a stray energy beam. Right. But seriously, that's that idea for a boss is incredible. And like, it's a really cool NPC, you know? I can already imagine it, the party holding the components while dodging wild sword swings from this crazed guy now flying around the room. Oh my gosh, that's freaking awesome. I love that. Oh dear. I have seen... oof. I seem to have, put myself in a very dangerous position. That coyote's gonna move. Okay. This is where problematic things start to happen. Yeah, we're just gonna have to move on from this position. It'll be okay. I think that we win phase 1. The issue is phase 2. I know I should be able to kill that pack mule. Actually, I'm guaranteed to kill that pack mule. So I will have cards, but it's still concerning. Oh, we beat the freaking first phase. All right, wow. I forgot that was even a possibility of happening. Right. There's not enough space either. We'll just summon a bat. That should work. Right? Like... And then we will go... Oh, goodness. I guess I could... I need one more Oh. I win. Okay. I'm not one to complain. Yeah, I love that idea. That is incredible. Do I need do I need bones? Do I even get bones? I can, but like I don't really get bones. We'll take the Wolverine. Since the devil is a CR12 creature, oh my goodness, against a level 8 party, there will also be a magic circle in the room that they perform the ritual in, to protect them from fiends. That's fair. Now I will... How many players? Because it's very possible that the CR12 creature gets completely crushed by CR8 players. I've seen it happen. It's really... depending on the players, you can really push certain classes to do incredibly stupid things. Ooh. You know, the Wolverine I wouldn't be able to summon, but you know what I would be able to do? I would be able to sack it and toss it onto maybe like the Grizzly. So if it ever does attack into something, then I can make it strong. Ooh, I know what I do. So first off, I immediately go left. That's gonna be good. Corpse Maggots, honestly, it's always good just to sort of have in the first place. We will sacrifice the Wolverine and toss it on the dire wolf pup. This is gonna be value, I think. It's 3 players. The challenge will be moving out of the, out of the circle to get the components while trying not to get destroyed by an Arenius. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I like that. That also reminds me of a game that I've played before, and this is a good thing. This is a good thing. It was Call of Cthulhu. There's a section very similar to that in that game, and that's kind of where shenanigans, or I could say that's where stuff hits the fan, but it would be a little late to say that at that point. Oh right, you're gonna be able to attack that thing. Oh, how fun. We're fine. Yeah. Just keep in mind that it is very possible for players at level 8 to completely destroy, like, high CR creatures. Like, quick, too. I can't remember exactly what level this happened at, but I had a confrontation, or like a fight, planned for my party that was supposed to be, like, really, really, really hard. And to be fair, for a lot of the party, it was. I'm using the 2024 version, which is way stronger. Okay, good. But, anyway, back to point. I think they were level 12 by this point. I had them fighting a... I can't remember if it was an adult blue dragon or if it was an elder blue dragon. But already, like, that should be way above the party's pay grade. It should be. But not only did I give them a, let's just say an elder blue dragon to fight, I also had them fight a cloud storm giant. And this was a legendary group in my campaign. So I gave them a team ability that allowed them to use both of their turns to completely nuke the field. My party still beat that frickin' encounter. And what's even worse is I had to use time stop in order to even make the encounter scary. Like, that was wild, man. Or, sorry, I guess, like, the encounter was already scary, but, like, in order to hit some of the players, I had to use time stop. Which was wild. We will go over this way. And they beat the encounter, like, pretty well. Right? Yeah. But, like, that's mostly why I'm saying, CR at, like, mid to high level stops mattering to an extent because the players have so many tools at their disposal that they can sort of just use, right? And eventually those things are going to overlap and become really powerful with each other. I'm honestly pretty certain that your party is going to have a good time with that session, though. And that's not me trying to say that you're going to run into that problem. Like, you very easily might not run into that problem. I don't think that it's likely. It is just something that could happen. I'm actually planning to use that for a puzzle at some point. Give them a super high CR enemy, and they need to figure out how to cheese it. Interesting. Okay. Sort of like a puzzle idea. Okay, so like the idea... Oh, okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. There's just a couple things here. Because depending on how knowledgeable your players are, they might not think to do some of the things that you would have planned. I mean, if they break it even harder than you anticipated, that's still a good thing because you were planning on them to break it in the first place. Yeah. I'm just mulling it over in my head. I think that could be a very interesting idea. Yeah, I like that. Okay. We're going to increase the power of our black goat. Yeah, that should help me not perish later on in the run. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. The issue with that is you run into a Tomb of Annihilation problem, where some of the solutions to puzzles could be so very, like, difficult and niche to figure out that it becomes frustrating. that's where it could be a problem. That's all. That's all. That's all. Other than that, if your players are really down for it, it could be really good. What? Oh, it's a spoiler. I'm probably gonna give them several magic items when they get to that puzzle, which have the solution in it. Fair. If that's a goal, if you're giving them stuff that they're actively supposed to be looking at for, like, the puzzle-solving experience, that'll solve some of the issues that I was thinking of. Here we go. No, don't summon that. We'll toss the wolf cub here. I don't think I die this turn. It just gets close. And then I deal 6 damage, and all of a sudden, I become... okay. Oh, goodness. I put another 1-cost card in my deck. I put another 1-cost card in my deck, which puts my strategy at jeopardy. Okay, that's a problem. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. Like, it would be unfair to expect them to cheese an enemy with their own abilities. Yes. And the reason why is because you might understand the game better than your players do. And if you understand how to break the game better than your players do, it might just feel unfair because they won't know what they were supposed to do in the first place. And then after the puzzle ends, you'd have to be like, well, here was how you were supposed to solve it. I guess roll a new character. Oops. Sorry. Sorry, buddy. Tough luck. Yeah, and it might, if you're specifically going for, you have to use your abilities to get out of the situation, it might just not work out. But if you're specifically giving them, like, certain items, I don't see why that would be a problem, right? I have 2 black goats. Let's give 6 HP. Give them magic items and telling them there's a solution or 2 in there would work a lot better. Absolutely. Yeah, it would. Gosh, dang it. I'm dying over here. I'm exaggerating, but I'm dying over here. What the frick? Gosh, I'm also not expecting to win these runs. In the least. These runs are meant to be absolutely awful for me. Because what I've done is I've enabled everything except for one thing. I've enabled every increase in difficulty except for the grizzly bears as bosses. So, honestly, I'm very likely going to take a bunch of L's, and I'm expecting it. So, if I do lose these in increasingly more embarrassing ways, I'm not going to be too upset about that, honestly. Unfortunately, we're sort of in a stalemate at this exact moment. We're in a little bit of a stalemate, but that can change fairly easily. They're dealing 4 damage to me this turn. That means that we're no longer necessarily in a stalemate. We're in something that is worse than a stalemate at this exact moment. We'll just toss this over here, so you don't steal my moose buck. We only deal 3 this turn. Yeah. Yes. And then we'll toss the Direwolf pup over here. That ought to do it. Yes. We're good. We're good. We win. Or at least we should be able to win from this position. And then Aqua Squirrel. We'll toss the Aqua Squirrel over here. You'll steal the Aqua Squirrel. Never mind. You won't even get the chance to. But now every single slot is filled with bait. Which I'm not too happy about. And 2 of those baits can attack. It'll be fine. The direwolf can kill both of them. And unfortunately, my moose buck does die, but the direwolf, I think, survives. Or the direwolf, I think, kills this turn. So we're okay. We will... Yeah, we'll just leave it here. That's good. Plus, my party doesn't have much cheese potential. 1 undead warlock, okay? And 2 monks. 1 shadow, 1 mercy. Monks... so fun fact, the character that was giving me trouble in that fight was a monk. It was because of dex saves. They just never took any damage because of greater evasion. But I don't think that your party has greater evasion at this level. I think they just have evasion. Warlocks also do have decent bits of cheese potential. However, you have to go out of your way to look for it. So you should be fine. And to be fair, you kind of have to go out of your way for a lot of cheese in the first place. But there are some things that are a lot easier to go for than others. Especially with, like, spells and stuff. Direwolf, just straight up Direwolf. That's good. Your monks haven't given you that much trouble. The reason why they can be difficult. Also, I made a little bit of a mistake with that one because I gave him certain changes to the class to allow him to hit harder. What I didn't realize is that he was going to hit so much harder with them with the Kaycee bonuses. So he was dealing a decent bit of damage, and monks are already hard to, like, kill because they have a lot of damage reduction and dodging potential. So they can have a decently high AC. They have deflect attack, which I given him because I wanted to see how it would work. And he would also have, like, evasion and stuff like that. So his AC was ridiculous, and most damage spells or abilities like that were on dex rolls. So, or, like, just are on dex rolls. So I couldn't reliably do anything to him. What do I sack here? I sacked the mealworm. You know what I should have sacked there, though? I very probably should have sacked the mole. Oh, well. But, like, again, a lot of the monk is, I see, we're playing with the standard 2014 monks with an extra +2 wisdom at the character creation. Okay. Even still, in 2014, they can be a little bit hard to damage, but again, I'm not too concerned about it, based on what you're saying. Okay. We will just summon the direwolf immediately. I've gotta. Otherwise, I think I just sort of die on the spot because of this mole man goat. I will deal 0 points of damage. I will deal 0 points of damage. So, how do we fix this? We remove the blocker. It might be a better idea to get rid of the attacker. But the blocker is going to be so much harder to get rid of in the first place. Do we lose in this position or do we win in this position? I think it goes either way. I think it can go either way. We'll toss the black goat over here to defend for 3. We'll toss the grizzly over here. No, over here. Yeah. Do I lose? No, because the grizzly's gonna attack. I think we're fine. We're fine. It's close, but we got it. The wolf pup will open you up for an attack from the grizzly. But it will die. The only thing I have left is the grizzly. Is this winnable? Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. That was possibly dangerous. Very dangerous. I'm getting the sense that I'm gonna lose very soon though. Amalgam wouldn't be bad. That's a question mark right next to the deuce. We're going to take the question mark deuce. We're taking the question mark deuce. I think I have it. That was a close call. It really was. I don't have a deuce in my deck. I know I don't. It's a mystery card. Yep. Yep. It's not here. What duplicates do I have? Do I have any duplicates in here? No. Oh, fascinating. What card are you disguised as? You're disguised as one of my cards. I just cannot put my finger on which one. Okay. We will copy the direwolf cub. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty faithful recreation. Yeah, again, I'm expecting to lose these runs because of how much oh god. How much I've added onto the difficulty. Oof. We toss the goat over here. We summon the pup over here in the corner where it cannot be hurt. If it dies, then that's a problem for me. But it shouldn't die. But it shouldn't die is the good thing. We now summon a bear and deal. What is that? 8 damage? Yeah, that's 8 damage. I'm kind of bad at this game. I'm not terrible at this game. I've definitely done a lot of good. Well, that's ominous. You know what? I'm not gonna be that like, super humble about it. I am good at this game. I know I'm good at this game because I've gotten all of the logs. But I'm not the best at this game. Right. But if I could beat every challenge, I don't think that would put me as, like, the best in the game, but, like, it would certainly put me close, I think. We will summon this over here. Okay, it is the real deal, at least for now, and we will toss Moose Buck over here. Corpse Maggots, you can stay on the shelf for now. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, right, I have an why do I have an opossum on my field? I don't know, but I will take it. Your performance in this game is the embodiment of the quote, task failed successfully. Yeah, I agree. I really do agree with that statement. Because a lot of times I will end up just kind of accidentally doing something that I needed to do. Can I? Yeah, I can sacrifice both of those. That's good. And a bunch of bones. But sometimes it works out spectacularly. Most of the time it fails. Most of the time it does. But sometimes it all lands perfectly in place. Elk, pronghorn, not what I'm looking for. If I could get rid of that, that would be amazing. If I can even beat this boss, I'm gonna be shocked, honestly. Do I want to get rid of one of my cards? I do, but, like, which one? I would want to get rid of the pronghorn, but I would also like to buff my direwolf pup, just to make sure that it can survive an attack. And I'm already getting rid of a card anyway, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. We will... Ooh, actually, we'll sacrifice the pronghorn, because I don't need it, and we will toss it on the direwolf. Yeah, this sounds like a good idea. Because the direwolf now, instead of attacking twice, will attack 4 times. So instead of it dealing 4 damage, it'll deal 8. Oh dear. Okay, so the trapper's reptiles are now doing piercing, or not piercing damage, they're doing thorns damage. Which is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. But how big of one? Okay, we do have that goat, which is always going to be good for me. We'll toss it over here. We have 3 turns with the goat before it becomes a problem for us. The direwolf pup will... Hold on. I'm pretty sure that I don't have a basic direwolf pup in my deck. Apparently I did. Shucks. Okay, well, this strange frog contraption dies. Unfortunately, so will my pup. Even though I was almost certain that I didn't have another copy in my deck. We'll toss this on board here, which will give me a rabbit for sacrifice later. I don't really need sacrifices, though. But, like, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, and I can get some decent defenses. Great direwolf pup. Huh. Okay. I don't want to summon it, honestly. Okay. How do I get this to not bite me in the buns? I don't. It bites me in the buns anyway. But I can only take 2 damage this turn, and each subsequent turn thereafter. I'll immediately summon the corpse maggots. I need a way... Why did I do that? What I wanted to actually do is this. This will clear out 2 slots. Yeah, that'll clear out 2 slots for me to do something with. Grizzly. I think I lose. I lose. And it's because I played that stupid card. Okay, that's fine. Since my DM friend isn't as good at gameplay stuff than I am, I've been working on a sort of monster manual for my campaign world. It's a file full of stat blocks from my campaign my players can see. That is amazing. I love that. Because that really does assist the players in what they are and aren't allowed to fight. And really, like, gosh, what am I saying? It is a good thing to help your players out. That is what I am saying. It is a good thing. A lot of work, but it is a good thing. But I think I'm gonna have to end the episode here, because I did have to start this episode quite a bit later than I would have liked to have started. Hold on, did I start it at like 1? Yeah, I think I started around, was it 2? Yeah, it was around 2 that I started. So I do have to end it for timing purposes. I'm going to keep updating it as if we go through a campaign. If they have already encountered the creature NPC, then it gets added to the file. Fantastic. I love that. And then like blanks for things that they haven't figured out. I like that. Unfortunately, again, I will have to end this episode. So thank you everyone so much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the like button, subscribe button, leave a comment down below. I knew that it wasn't going to be that long of a stream, but I was hoping for it to be just a little bit longer, but yeah, it was a pretty chill stream. Not too high of stakes. I just wanted to let you guys know that things are, in fact, okay, and we should be continuing streaming as scheduled soon, so that'll be great. Again, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next episode, so goodbye!